doing group videos, girl. What you talking about? Someone interviewing a bunch of loan signing agents. And in that interview, they was talking about, the loan signing agents was talking about how they were getting crushed because of the housing market crash, and how a lot of them had to go back to their regular jobs. I was like, all right, that ain't what I want to do. Like, I don't want to become an entrepreneur and then eventually have to go back to work. Like that's like, hey, you get to be an entrepreneur for 2 strong years and then you got to go back to work. I was like, nah, that's not the longevity I was looking for. And there were no solutions that they were giving. They said, all I heard from them was like, I wish I prepared for that. I wish I knew more about that. I wish I knew this type of thing happened. But it happened often. Every time the housing market crashed, or maybe the interest rates went up high, it affected the notary, right? So I said, nah, let me see what else is out here. So that's when I found out about specialty notary assignments, which a lot of the Kool-Aid drinkers call it general notary work. You guys call it general notary work. We call it the come up. We call it the long game, right? We call it like, y'all go ahead and do that over there. We're going to eat over here. So I started exploring specialty work, and it has been absolutely incredible. Now, see, the difference between me and them is that, for one, I got blackballed, right, on Google Business. And shout out to Google, man. Shout out to blackballing me, man. Shout out to you guys, man, for actually catching me and shit. Because I was running it up. I was. Absolutely, without a doubt. I wasn't playing no games with Google. I wasn't trying to stay all the way on your good side like that. No, I was literally out there trying to disrupt some shit. For sure. And you guys caught on. It took you 4.5 years to catch on, but by that time I had a hell of a head start. So yeah, I was in Google, and that's the difference between me and a lot of other notaries, is that I'm willing to push the envelope. And the thing about disruptors is that we're usually the first ones to get the arrow in the back. All right. We're usually the first ones to get, as Jay-Z would call it, our heads chopped off, beheaded, if you will. Right. So they blackballed me, but it wasn't. And because they blackballed me, there was a significant dip in my income from my revenue stream. But I want you guys to understand something. It wasn't because of the market, though. It wasn't because of the housing market interest rates went up. It wasn't because the real estate market took a dip and crashed. It had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Because all of my students are still caking it. They're still eating love off of that. Whatever happens in the economy doesn't affect them at all. As a matter of fact, when there is a calamity or some type of chaos, they actually get an increase in business. Believe that shit. Can you believe that? They see an increase in business. i.e., I'll give you an example. COVID. When COVID hit, my students was eating, because when COVID hit, a lot of the clients that were coming through, like people that needed to get power of attorneys, trust, that shit hit an alarming rate. At that point, everybody that was sitting on their power of attorneys that needed to get done and all of that stuff, they were like, hey, look, we really need to get this done because we don't know what is going on with America right now. People are dying left and right. They're in the hospital. They're on ventilators. Hey, what are we going to do? Let's get our power of attorney and financial affairs in order now. And that's what they